Look to build. Justin Tang comes through the middle off to Hayes. He'll go across the face using Luke Christie. In his second game as a Cumbre player, the former Coburn Wolf and West Coast Cobra, and that ball will go into now the possession of Juan Calderon in goal. Such a strong keeper. Often makes a number of saves. And tonight I'm joined here by...
Umbi. Hey, how's everybody going tonight?
Good to have you here. What are you most looking forward to in tonight's game, Umbi?
I've been talking about this game with a few people for the last probably week or so. I thought it's going to be an entertaining game because obviously Longobarda, they started well, like you said before. And Cumbre, well, we all know what Cumbre can do. But yeah, Longobarda, last couple of weeks, results sort of haven't gone their way, so obviously they want to bounce back, tonight. But yeah, it's a difficult task. But obviously they're a positive team, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, like you said, had a very strong start to the season, and then two really tight losses against the West Coast Cobras and into Perth, where they could have won. They were up 2-0 in both of those games, and potentially demoralised them a little bit and fallen away a bit. But it'll be good to see how they do come up against Cumbre, who are really the benchmark of this competition and have been for a while now. As Di Gregorio through the middle off to Sharazan. Sharazan, long shot and over the head.
Eyes on the ball.
Almost popped a few spectators on the way through.
I see Christie starting in his second game, so he's in the starting lineup straight away tonight.
Yes, I believe he was coming off the bench, if my memory serves me correctly, last week.
First game, yeah.
Yes, so obviously looks like they might be missing as well Tyler Garner and Charlie Garnham, Cumbre. So that might give Longobarda a bit of a chance with a bit of a depleted Cumbre lineup. Here is Thompson, who scored an unbelievable goal last week against the Cobras, and Hayes with the block made there from Suarez.
I believe it was a volley, wasn't it?
It was a volley over the top coming from, I think, Will Hayes with the ball. Off the left foot volley. I don't know if he's left-footed, but if he's not, regardless, it's some sort of finish. And that was a very tight game. Cumbre did well to get out of that because they were down by a goal for a large portion of it.
Putting Longo under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah.
Early on.
And Cumbre, so often they put that pressure on when the opposing team has possession, but then when they get the ball, they so comfortably move the ball around, controlling the ball. So we might see Longobarda defending for a large portion of this game. They're just going to have to make the most of their chances. And there's Tang, Thompson onto it. Now Christie didn't manage to score his first goal as a Cumbre player last week. Will tonight be the night?
Experience there, defending.
Just over the top there by Justin Tang. This is the second last game of the evening with Inter Perth taking on Phoenix in the final game after this one.
And that should be a good game too.
Should be a good game. Phoenix have been pretty impressive.
Yep.
Especially in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Don't know if you saw Inter on Monday with the Great Escape.
What a game.
Don't know how they got out of that one with a point, let alone 3.
It was one of those games that I think both teams deserved to win.
It was very harsh on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Hayes now cuts it inside, could get a shot off, can he? Nicely done by Sharazan defensively. And Suarez will take Christie down the line. Tang there, Suarez still onto it. Tang keeps it in.
All 4 Cumbre players got back really quick there.
Yeah, that's the sign of a good, well-drilled side. And you don't really leak defensively, you just get back so quick. Hayes off to Thompson. Thompson through to Tang.
Good movement.
Chance for Thompson. He goes down. Foul called. Don't believe it was in the D, but it will be an opportunity for Cumbre. Yellow given. And obviously, the Arkham Eagles, as I mentioned earlier, very stiff last week. Also very unlucky tonight to not come out of that game with a point. They worked their way back into it from 3 goals down. A couple last, probably 5 or 6 minute goals from the Cobras. Helping them to 3 points is now Justin Tang. Longobarda set up strong defensively. Tang off the right, saved by Calderon. Calderon only a few weeks ago scored a goal from his own goal line, beating Dan Formato He was off his line. That was goal of the round. Can you do something similar here tonight? There's Connor Cruz now on. Finds Justin Tang. Now Christie. Out to Tang. Now Karim Youssef on for Cumbre. Player and coach Sassy Kumar. Defending Cruz. Big block by Sassy Kumar. I don't have the team lineups with me to run through them at the moment, but I'll run through each player as they do come on. Here is Tang, gets it through, almost Sharazan pouncing onto it. And you just do have the feel that Cumbre are going to be all over the possession count in the passing game, especially in these first 4 minutes. Chance for Youssef, and nicely defended by Sharazan, or in fact, Sassy Kumar it was. You give it off. Now on is Yusuf Berian, who has scored a bicycle kick goal earlier in the season. That was also a goal of the round against the Cobras. Now Tang gives it off to Christie. Back to Tang. Christie again has Yusuf on the broadcast flank. Defended by Sharazan, goes back to Christie. And everyone on the Cumbre's lineup just play a role so well. Everyone contributes. Here is Tang, goes down, no foul called. And that will be a Longobarda ball. It might be Sassy Kumar seeing if he can build something here on this play. Sharazan, Tang arrives.
Longo's struggling at the moment to get in their forward half.
Yeah, I don't know if they've had really any possession in that third half. They might have a chance here for Berian. Can he get a shot off? And will that be a Cumbre ball? Looks like it will be. But yeah, one of the few possessions they've had in this game in their forward half. It's been a lot of this. Michael Lino, number 17, now on for Cumbre. That ball bounces off of Yusuf's legs, and Longobarda will take back. You can see Christie and Lino. Well, Christie moves back a bit, but you can see Cumbre so far in this game have played really high up, not allowing any possession as you see now. Longobarda have just had to go long every time, and this has been the result. And Longobarda probably did have a bit of a soft run to start the season, especially over these last 4 or 5 weeks. They've come up against some pretty tough teams and they've been very competitive, but outside of last week against Phoenix, they've been very unlucky to not get any points in those games. Here is Sassy Kumar. Ends up with Calderon, Sharazan now. That's off Christie, and it will come off Berian in the end. And
great defending by Cumbre.
Yes, did brilliant. Didn't allow any space. As Hayes now uses the outside of the boot, finding a Michael Lino. Yusuf Berian now with a turnover. Sharazan, almost. Oh. And that would have been the confidence boost that Longobarda needed.
These are the chances they need to take.
Exactly. Pretty much all of those chances are going to need to go in because you'd think Cumbre are going to score. It's only a matter of time. And Longobarda are just going to need to finish those counterattacks. Yusuf just makes a mistake there. Here it looks like Facundo Ponce on for Longobarda. Haven't seen Daniel Robledillo for quite a while. He got sent off with a red card against Inter Perth. I haven't seen him since.
I've heard I think he might be away, to be honest.
That's good to know, yes. I've been wondering where he's been. He's such a crucial player to this team as well.
What an incredible season he's having.
Exactly. I think he was leading goal scoring for the league for quite a while. And such a talented finisher. Here's a long ball, brilliant by Sassy Kumar, finding Berian.
Great first touch.
On the inside of that boot it was. Now Yusuf gets it out to Hayes. Go there. And now Yusuf again. Uses Cruz. Cruz with the shot, big save. Definitely seemed to be going in. Forces a corner, does it, or is it a side ball? Looks like a corner for Karim Youssef. And now Palermo on for Longobarda. Wearing the number 9. Cruz tried to find the back post, no one there though. This is nice by Ponce, still going Ponce. That'll be a foul, you'd think. No foul call, didn't look like he got the leg. But maybe the call was that the player did go down a bit easy. No foul given, 12.5 minutes to go in this first half, still no score. Longobarda will be pretty happy to still be in this, and that might have gone in. Thought it was gonna. Big save. Look at the rolling foul given against Longobarda.
With Palermo on now, they've got that true target now. They've just got to get the ball to him early when he's up there, though.
Yeah, 100%. Gives them the chance to have a bit of structure, because right now they've just been going long and there's been no one there.
That's right.
And a big shot, big save by Calderon. A number of player of the week, or save of the week, in fact, performances by Calderon this season. He's been good.
I mean, looking back on all the games this season, the keepers have played a big part. It's very hard
100%.
to pick. It's very hard to pick who's had the best season out of all the keepers, because they're all doing superb.
You can't name a keeper who has performed below.
I think Dan Tomato, his sort of name sort of rings a bell to a lot of people, because he's just pulled off some incredible saves. But you know, when you play against these teams, you see the quality of all the keepers. And there's another save there.
Rosano.
It's not easy to score these days.
It's not. Seen that a lot, especially with Nick Kirkby in these last 2 weeks, have been under the pump, made a number of huge saves, but
especially in the last game. There was
that
one.
game, yes.
I think it was a half volley from Zephyr McPherson and tapped it over the bar. Brilliant save.
Yes, got to it somehow. And these keepers are facing at times. There's a
Brilliant.
chance.
Wow.
Berrien! And Longobarda lead.
That looked like it come from the training pitch, that one there.
Exactly looked like that. That's what we were saying, they needed to take most of their chances, and if you didn't have a scoreboard in front of you, you wouldn't think Longobarda would be winning if you looked at all the rest of the stats. But go down the other end and score a goal, and all of a sudden you get all sorts of confidence.
It was a great team goal.
I mean, it's these keepers that I was saying, they're facing up to 30, 40, sometimes 50, 60 shots.
Yep.
And only conceding 3 or 4 goals. It's pretty remarkable, and a lot of them on target. As now they move, here's Reed Thompson, Cruz, Thompson again. Been impressive coming onto the scene this season. Hayes gets past Berrien, almost overruns it. Can he get a shot off? He can! Is that a goal? No, it's gone right.
We're behind.
You get a corner, deflection.
Gee, that deflection could have gone anywhere.
And on the counter there almost.
They changed their mind. I thought they were going to press the keeper there, but they come back.
Yeah, did look like they were going to, but I suppose Cumbre can expose the press. Such a skillful team. And now the chance. Hayes gets it and almost just finding side netting. Back post. And that was Chand. Ayush Aiden Chand. Haven't seen him play for Cumbre, so maybe he could be his first minutes for the season. Unless I have missed it. Almost getting a goal early in this one. Thompson to Chand. Out to Hayes. He can get a shot. He's got heaps of space, and big block by Ponce. Ponce has also missed a few games throughout this kind of losing run that Longobarda have had. He's so crucial defensively. Tang finding Hayes. Out to Tang. Back to Chand. Tang now. Hayes on that far flank, defended by Berrien. Uses Tang in the middle. Shot goes off. Sassy Kumar with a block. Maybe a Cumbre ball.
Longobarda hanging on here, aren't they?
Absolutely. If they could get to half time up by a goal.
Well, it's like they're on the ropes in a boxing fight at the moment.
And they're just hanging on. And you feel like if they're going to win this game, there's going to be a lot of this needed.
I don't know if a lot of you are aware of Muhammad Ali in a famous fight that he won against George Foreman. It's called rope-a-dope, just hanging on the ropes and eventually punched his way out to knock out George Foreman. It's a similar thing.
And that's really what we've seen. Longobarda were on the ropes for the first 5 minutes. They went down, scored one, and now they're back on the ropes.
Back on the ropes again.
Got the lead though.
Hang.
Thompson through, and somehow Hayes isn't finished. And like, you just do feel eventually these will go in. You'd expect Cumbre to score their 3 or 4 goals, and Longobarda are just going to have to make the most of their counter opportunities.
Good touch.
Palermo, bit of holding going on, not called. Hayes gets it from Thompson, gets through, and Hayes is going to have to take a real leadership type role along with Justin Tang in this game, because they're actually not a whole lot of experience. Whilst they're such a strong team, Cumbre, they've got no Garnham or Garner. And if you look on the court right now, really everyone is young. Even Justin Tang has been playing futsal for a long time, but he's not a veteran by any means. Such a young team. They've got Connor Cruz as well. Nice defense there by Longobarda. Christie coming on in a minute. That ball almost through. And there is Christie coming flying in. Thought that ball was going out. Hayes finds Tang. Deflection off Di Gregorio. Thompson can punish them. Cleared by Sassi Kumar. Now they've got a chance.
2v2.
Can they make the most of this opportunity? Di Gregorio keeps it in, does he? He does. Chance. And Rosano. And Cumbre on the counter. Luke Christie turns it over. Sassi Kumar, foul called. I'll be passing you now on to John Goodlich, who will be with you for the rest of this game. Are you doing the game after?
Umbi, it's great to finally have you on the commentary together with me, and I know I missed the opening portion of tonight's match, but what a game we've got on our hands.
Well,
Longobarda in the lead. Free kick for Cumbre. Tang standing over it. He looks for goal. It's well saved by Calderon. Side ball for Cumbre to be brought in by Lino. Tang across to Luke Christie. Second game in Cumbre colours for the former Coburn Wolves man, and Tang's shot is well saved by Calderon, who looks long early for Suarez. And Suarez back for Shurash Sasakuma. Sharazan under pressure. Lino hot on his heels and just sends that over the byline. Calderon, long throw, looking for Suarez once more. He loses out to Reed Thompson. Thompson rubbing centre court. Christie, Suarez down off the ball, and play's been halted.
Could have been a corky there, I think.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Suarez,
He's back up, strong.
he's back on his feet, which is good signs for Longobarda, because he is one of their more dangerous threats one-on-one, and he's done a good job so far in the pivot space from what I've seen tonight. Yusuf Barian, of course, the other pivot on the bench, the goal scorer for Longobarda this evening, as they look to cause an upset after a string of defeats. They started the season so well, but I think it's 3 defeats on the bounce for them. After losing quite heavily to Phoenix last week in what was a surprise upset. Ball going all the way back to Christian Rosano. Thompson on the wing. up against Sharazan. Thompson cuts inside. Christie working in it.
Looking for a return now, I think. Christie desperate to get his first goal. Oh, what a ball. And they'll take that.
Great pass from Christie. First goal involvement as a Cambio Cumbre player, and I think it was Thompson who got the last touch. May have even been an own goal, but nevertheless, Cumbre are on level terms as Longobarda called the timeout immediately. I'm not sure if they'd put the card in before the goal went in, so they'll be disappointed they didn't get that chance to regroup. What have you made of the match so far?
Well, as I was just saying before, it's like a boxing fight, you know. You got a fighter on the ropes, and then Longobarda, they're on the ropes, and basically Cumbre just sort of laying in the punches. But then a couple of duck and weaves, and Longobarda got their goal. Good goal too, very good goal, good team goal. And Cumbre sort of come back now, and as you just seen from a great pass from Luke Christie there. It's been an interesting game so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Arguably the match of the round, and so far it has lived up to expectations. Last night, a couple of big games going on. Condors versus Coburn Wolves was a decent fixture, but the other one between Furia and Brazachinga ended up being a blowout. So
yeah.
Probably between this and the Condors Coburn Wolves game as to what the best game of the week is going to be. The one we saw previously, Cobras versus Arkham Eagles, wasn't too bad either, in fact. And this game restarts with a fiery tempo. It's tying on the ball at the back. Thompson. To Christie. Sasakuma backing off of him. Christie opts to go back to Tang. Christie one-on-one with Sasakuma. He gets the effort on goal off that counter on with another save. Corner for Cumbre. Tang. That's beyond all drain. Another save from Calderon, who has been busy. Sasakuma dribbling into the center. Di Gregorio headed back into the danger zone by Yusuf. Longobarda clear their lines. Rana Cruz back on for Cambio Cumbre. And dictating a lot of play at the back for Cumbre tonight in the absence. And that should be a card for Connor Cruz. It is. A rash challenge after giving away the ball. Longobarda will have a free kick quite close to the halfway line. But in the absence of Tyler Garner and Charlie Garner, they're two Futsalu's players. Cambio Cumbre are left a little under strep this week, but still plenty of quality. The likes of Christie, Connor Cruz, Justin Tang, all well within the top 10 or so players in the state, if not higher. So they've still got plenty of quality on the squad list tonight, and it is transferring to the court, but the scoreline, they are level at the moment, and they'll want to make that change before the break. Connor Cruz cuts inside, but stopped in his tracks by Yusuf Berrian.
Longobarda defended so well so far.
They're sitting in that low block and very focused, and they are defending with great intensity, trying to win their one-on-one battles. As you can see, Sasakuma comes for the double team and wins it off for Christie. Tried to clip it around the corner, but Christie recovering well. Sasakuma looks for the ball down the line. Tang, Christie. Good move inside. Still going Christie, surely not. Back post, and Yusuf will finish after it ricocheted off Calderon. It fell straight to him on a plate, and Luke Christie is proven important for Cumbre tonight. He's got both assists, and what an assist that was. Cumbre take the lead
Luke
for
Christie
the first time.
best. That's what he does best, running at players. If he's got that space, you got to watch out.
Yeah, Christie,
I've seen it firsthand.
definitely not a player you can afford that kind of space. He's so dangerous when driving forward with the ball. He's proven that time and time again for Coburn, and he's doing so for Cumbre tonight. Calderon had to be quick off his line there. Side ball for Cumbre in an advanced position, left for Yusuf. Ooh. Deflecting behind, corner to come for Cumbre. But the decision going against Cumbre there, referee saw something different, or maybe not. Okay. So it is a corner for Cumbre. I think the refs got that one right. It did look like it took a touch off a blue shirt. And now a chance to orchestrate another shot from the set piece, and we know how good Cumbre are with their set pieces. We'll see if they can make this one pay off. Ball comes through the centre for Cruz, and that's textbook from Cumbre, who get the 2-goal lead for the first time in the match with just under 6 minutes to go in the half. The gap was found. Cruz made the run into the centre.
It was great movement, wasn't it?
Brilliant movement, and the finish was just as good. Calderon left with no chance there. Nothing he could do to react with a shot coming at him that powerfully from very close range. I'll look for the immediate response. And the acrobatic. The acrobatic was tried there from the Longobarda number 16, Alejandro Orellea. Almost coming off for that time around. Rosado may have been worried for a moment, but ultimately ball flying over the bar. Tang to Christie. Ball across to Connor Cruz. Back to Tang. Pass to the wing. Christie, one-on-one with Orellea. Overlapping runner Cruz. Cumbre moving the ball so quickly. It's brilliant build-up play from the side in red as Justin Tang looks to drive it inside the area. And Cumbre will use their timeout. They've got all the momentum here. 3 goals in the last 4 or 5 minutes after going down 1-0 early. And perhaps now a chance for Nesta Fonseca to try and orchestrate something different from the set play and extend the margin to 3 goals before half-time. A good last couple of minutes from Cumbre, hasn't it been?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I've been just forcing Longo back constantly. I think Longobarda definitely need to change something here. You know, the 2 goals down now. I think they have to basically create something, because at the moment it doesn't seem to be working. You know, it's only a matter of time that was going to work. What they were, you know, defending deep, but now they have to go for it. I believe.
I think it's a good call there. You know, Cumbre were kept at bay for the opening 10 or 11 minutes, but they kept wearing down that Longobarda low block, and eventually the cracks started to show. Now with Longobarda trailing by 2, and if they do decide to defend deep, it's going to suit Cumbre. Eventually they might have to come out with a little bit of a higher press in an attempt to get some more ball possession and keep Cumbre closer to their goal. Because despite the fact that against a lot of other teams, the low block does work very effectively. Like I know, when I've coached against Longobarda, they are not an easy side to break down when they're sitting deep. But Cumbre have got so much quality, so much one-on-one ability, and they move that ball so quickly that no matter how well you defend, eventually they'll start to show. And you know, we saw that happen last week. We were up 1-0 quite late in that second half, and eventually they just wore us down to the point where they were well within range and started working those one-on-ones. And
I think it depends on what sort of personnel you have at your disposal when you verse a team like Cumbre, and what sort of strategy you need. Obviously, you know, you can sit deep. You can change it up a little bit. Maybe high press them for, you know, certain periods of the game, whether it's, you know, a couple of minute spells but to play deep, I think the whole game comes down in a matter of time with the quality they got before that barrier.
It's always a chess match when you play Cumbre. And Nesta Fonseca, the grandmaster of coming out with a game plan to neutralize his opponents, is why he's been so successful in his tenure as manager of Cambio Cumbre. And they've won every season they've played in the Supa-Liga with a full-strength side. Obviously, last season, they did go down in the quarterfinals to the Coburn Wolves, but a lot of players were playing outdoor. It was only about 3 or 4 that were on the pitch for them tonight. But you see when they get the likes of Tang, Harley Garner, Charlie Garner, and back from MPL, they are such a hard side to break down. And they've got a trick up their sleeve for every situation. And so far tonight, it has worked a trick. You know, they dealt with the adversity early on, going down a goal, but as we mentioned earlier, wearing down this Longobarda defense with the ball speed and the quality they've got one-on-one. And it's this man on the near side of the court, Luke Christie, next to the commentator's bench, who has proved to be the difference, really. 2 assists, but our assists that he just made out of nothing. They weren't your everyday assists. Balls to the back post after he beat 3 or 4 players of what it took to break down this Longobarda side, who have defended very well by all means, but you know, the one-on-one quality is not easy to deal with. And here he is on the ball again now. Luke Christie is gaining some court for Cumbre, receives it again. Now it's Will Hayes, who had a brilliant game last week. Scored 2 and got 1 assist against West Coast Cobras. Longobarda, a bit of possession of their own now. Berryan, Facundo Ponce, now it's Shurash Sasakuma. Had a brilliant match last week, despite them going down to Phoenix. Sasakuma, I watched the last 10-15 minutes of the game, and I don't think I saw him miss a pass. That's another good ball again, into the feet of the pivot, back out to Sasakuma. Another great ball into the pivot. They look for the layoff, and they find it in the end. Rosano, that could have stood anywhere. Relief to watch Pahani's goal. Corner for Longobarda now. A chance for them to work the young goalkeeper. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Oralea into the corner, back across. Rosano comfortable for him. He releases Christie quickly. He's riding forward into the centre, fighting Tang. Reed Thompson, quite a young squad on now for Cumbre. They've got Chad and Thompson on 2 new players for them that are 15 and 14 years of age, respectively. Decent shot from the acute position from Will Hayes. Now Thompson almost lost out to Berryan, but just did enough to get the pass off to Tang. Thompson on it again. Brilliant display of skill from Thompson. He looked to feed it back inside the area. Facundo Ponce there to cover. It's Chad off to the bench. It's Michael Lido back on for those in red. Corner to come for Cumbre. Lino had a go, but always rising.
Palermo back on.
Palermo marked up against Tang in the pivot space, got in front of Tang.
2 hands in the back there.
He did well to draw the free kick there, Palermo. Sasakuma needs to use some of his experience to try and orchestrate something from this set piece. All across to Sharazan. Into the area. Palermo!
It's a great save, Rosano.
Palermo, what a brilliant display of acrobatic skill to get that shot off. I remember him doing it a few times a couple of years ago, playing for South Perth over at SFL. He scored a scissor kick, which
I remember that.
got goal of the season. So he's not shy to an acrobatic. Is he, Ivan Palermo, the veteran of the game?
A true target, a true target.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience, and Longobarda are going to rely on him heavily tonight. They've got 3 really good pivots in Suarez, Berryan.
And this is what they've got to do, Longo. They've got to force the target into a one-on-one situation. and make sure there's space around him.
Okay, they've looked good in the last couple
Again,
of
there
minutes
it
when
is
they hit the
again.
pivot. They've done it again this time. Tang does enough to fend it away.
Speed there.
Thompson, Justin Tang, and break. Playing more into a 4-0 in the absence of Garnham. It's something that they are excellent at, as Lino with the try from range, but wide of the target.
Longobarda have settled down though. I mean, Cumbre got the 3 goals, but it's remained 3 goals. So you know they've obviously with the timeout, they've organised themselves, settled themselves.
They definitely have arrested Cumbre's momentum and have created some chances of their own in the last couple of minutes. Pushing up a little bit high and out, just inside the opposition's half. Thompson, Lino, afforded plenty of time and space on the ball. Hayes had a brilliant season. Will Hayes, and in the last one in the winter, he took out the league's golden boot. What a player he is. Hayes again, cuts in, grabs it into points. Side ball for Cumbre. Lino. Ooh. Tang makes something out of nothing. Good save, counter on Sasakuma. The Cumbre points now. Sasakuma. Sharazan trying to skip beyond Thompson. Sasakuma forced back to Calderon. Sasakuma almost gives it away. Sharazan tried to make something of it. Ends up with Thompson in the end. Sharazan going out with Thompson, and it's a foul. Easy one for the referee.
Well, one of those ones. Is it a foul or is it not a foul? Sometimes it's called one way, sometimes it's called another way.
I reckon the referee's got it right that time around.
Yeah.
Neither side in foul trouble yet, and it's not going to matter. Only 4 seconds left in the first half, so Longobarda have one last chance to work Rosano to try and pull 1 goal back before the break. Sasakuma forces a save on the follow-up. Rosano was alert, and it looks like they're going to go to corner with 1.5 seconds left on the clock. They've got to get a shot off as quickly as possible.
Too close.
The shot was blocked. Tang will run the clock out. An entertaining first half we've had there, Umbi.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a great start from Cumbre, and basically Longobarda was just holding on for dear life, but they got their goal, and it was the set piece goal was absolutely brilliant. There was good movement, definitely from the training pitch. But obviously, you know, Cumbre, they just keep going and keep going and keep going, and they haven't let off at all as well. So it's been good to watch.
Yeah, they have. They've played a very solid first half here tonight, Cumbre. You know, Longobarda have defended gallantly and were very hard to break down at times, but it was the quality of Luke Christie, individual quality, which created the first 2 goals. And then that last one, as you mentioned, the set play, something Cumbre have trained for so long. They do so well, and they just found a little pocket of space in the centre, and Connor Cruz absolutely ruthless with the finish. We'll cut to a quick ad break and be back with you shortly with all the second half action.
back on.
And we're back underway. The moments away from this second half kicking off in this round 11 match of the week. Longobarda up against Cambio Cumbre. We've had a great first half so far. Longobarda taking the lead early on in the clash, but Cumbre responding quite late in that first half. Couple goals from Connor Cruz, Karim Youssef and Reed Thompson. Christie with 2 assists to his name also. The difference between the sides at the moment, Longobarda have regrouped after the half-time break and they look motivated to try and get something more out of this game. Try and avoid a 4th consecutive defeat. Cumbre will win here and they will have made it 9 straight wins on the bounce. Only time they've tasted defeat this season was in round 2 against Inter, but they were quite depleted on the night, missing a couple key players. However, you could argue that again today. No Tyler Garner, no Charlie Garner, but the players they've got on the court are really stepping up. As Reed Thompson walking the ball into the offensive half. Will Hayes pulled out right to Cruz, who drives one to the far post, but just beyond Thompson. He made a good run. He's come leaps and bounds over the last 6 months, Reed Thompson. Was an unknown quantity in the Supa-Liga at the start of last winter, but
Is he 14 or 15?
I think he's 15. He was part of the under-14 side that went to nationals.
Oh, yes.
This year. They made the final and has recently turned 15. And I first commentated him when he played against Inter in, I think, round 20 of the summer season, 24-25. That was his debut. And then he played a couple games that season at the back end, but played every game of last winter and has been present in every match of this summer season. He's just been getting better and better every week. Scored a brilliant volley last week against the West Coast Cobras and is a stalwart of this Cumbre side now, an important piece of their puzzle. And so too is Ayush Chand, who's come into the ranks only this season. I believe he's even younger, only 14 years of age. So it's good to see these youth players coming through for Cumbre and blending in with some of the most experienced players in WA. Thompson goes for a run. Steve Gregoro, which pokes it out on that occasion.
Well, the youth in a few clubs is actually looking pretty good.
It is. Coburn Wolves, another club who push the youth players pretty heavily. You know, the likes of Seth McGilvray, Lucas Schutz, Daniel Nya. I could name plenty of others. I'd be here all night. A lot of them for Coburn Wolves, and they're really having to step up this season as guys have had a couple of big outs. Obviously, Christie departing, Theo Leeming and Ollie Leeming, who are also youth players, but they're at the level where they're just as good as all the senior players, if not better than most of them. So you don't even count them as youth players half the time. And you can say the same as Lucas Schutz, only 17 years of age. He's been the best player in the comp this season. Another 3 goal contributions last night as well. So, it's great to see so many young players coming through in the Supa-Liga, and the next generation of WA futsal is looking so promising.
Longobarda. Do you know how Longobarda got their name?
I'm not sure, but I know they've been around for a while. They were established in 2011, so you have to go back quite a few years to work it out. Filippo Astuni, current Perth United head coach, would probably be the man to ask, unless you know that, Umbi.
I know the answer. So, I believe it was early 80s. There was an Italian comedy movie, and it was about a soccer team that got promoted to Serie A. And the owner of the club, because it cost a lot of money to keep this team in Serie A, he wanted them to fail. And basically, a lot happened on and off the pitch. It was a comedy, so you can imagine what happened. And I remember having that game, and the team was called Longobarda, basically. And I remember having that particular movie on VHS, and I used to watch it as a kid. And when I met Filippo Ostuni, quite a while now, probably 15 years ago or something, I remember I said to him, Longobarda, is that from the movie? He goes, that's how I got the name, basically. So, you know, the rest is history.
Well, what do you know? What a great fun fact that was. Umbi knows it all.
No, yeah.
And Longobarda have been a very successful club over the last 14 years. You know, not many clubs in WA have been around as long as they have, and they've always been competing in the top flight. Were very competitive up Pro Futsal a couple of years ago. I remember they had a couple of consecutive third-place finishes, and despite struggling last season in the Supa-Liga, you can see the improvement has started to show heaps this season, and they were first for the opening 6 or 7 games, and they've had a tough run of fixtures, Cumbre into West Coast Cobras, but they've been very competitive in all those matches, and I think come finals time, they're definitely going to be in the mix. They're probably, you'd expect them to finish anywhere from 3rd to 5th or 6th and have their first finals berth since moving over to the Supa-Liga. And it's testament to the hard work Bruno's put in. It's been years in the making, you know, years recruiting and building up the club from almost scratch after Filippo Ostuni made the move to Perth United a couple of years ago, and it's all starting to pay off. And Di Gregorio, the man in question, on the ball now. He knocks it back to Pons. Palermo around the corner. Di Gregorio looks for the return pass. Hayes to Tang, and back to Rain Blauberg. Thompson out wide to Tang. Forward to Hayes, who's got space to drive into. Look to cut it back to Thompson. Tang does his utmost to keep it in, does really well there. Christie gets around the outside. Thompson, still Thompson. Hayes touched let him down. It wasn't an easy one to control though. Palermo back to Di Gregorio. Parallel flick inside for Facundo Pons. Throwing forward, tries to copy on Christie but can't. And Thompson with a well-earned sub. Karim Youssef back on field with Lino. Youssef has been amongst the goals this season. Scored an important one last week and today, and despite the fact he doesn't play heavy minutes for Cumbre, he's very effective while he's on the court. I think he's averaging 1.2 goals a game. He's got 9 goals in 8 matches so far. Still a half a futsal to play to snag another tonight.
Good
and here
ball.
he is now. Youssef!
Great save from that.
Big save from counter on. And Cumbre just working the 4-0 nicely. Tang threading the ball through a gap that was no wider than 40 or 50 centimetres. Tang again. Christie. Tolino inside. Christie facing forward now, and the referee's whistle's gone. What's that for? You hear what happened there, Ruby?
No, I didn't.
Technical issues with the clock, fair enough. So it looks like we'll start with a drop ball. Cumbre were in possession, so they'll get it back, you'd have to say. Longobarda using it as a chance to take a mini timeout. They're not minding at all. Cumbre, most of their players still on the court. Tang having a quick drinks break. First 4 or 5 minutes of the second half has been cagey. Defensive's been solid for both sides. Not too many clear-cut shots. As Cumbre with 1 or 2. The Calderon has been very reliable when called upon so far. The next goal in this one is absolutely crucial. If Cumbre get it, you'd argue that it's game, set, match. But if Longobarda get it and they can make it 3-2, we're going to have a real game on our hands, Zumbi.
I agree. I agree.
Youssef back to Justin Tang. And now Christie sizing up Di Gregorio for a one-on-one. Tang back to Blauberg, who Cayman at half-time for Cumbre. Nice line of three. And now they find Christie. Back to Yusuf. Christie with the overlapping run. Yusuf, lovely little nutmeg. A well-timed block from the Longobarda defence. Tang, Yusuf. In a tussle with Di Gregorio. Longobarda win ball possession. Under pressure they are though. Lino back to Blauberg.
Longa pushed a little bit more up now. They're not as deep.
Sasakuma has adjusted the defensive strategy at half-time, and it's working a treat for Longobarda so far. Blauberg, comfortable for him. Christie, Tang, Lino. Lino under pressure here from Sasakuma. So too Christie. Somehow hangs on to it, Christie. That's magical. Still coming, Christie. They want the advantage. It probably should have been given, but the refs have called it. It just looked like Christie was going to lose ball possession, and Umbi, you'd have to say, no, it's gone Longobarda's way. I was surprised. I thought the refs maybe...
Did the ball go out?
Or I thought the refs blew for an early free kick, and I was going to let them off the hook, thinking that I thought Christie was going to lose it because any other player in the league would have. But it's actually gone the other way. Hard to tell what went on there. Both players were going at it shoulder to shoulder. Referee is confident that Christie illegally challenged for the ball. And a rolling foul against Longobarda to go along with it. So a foul on the board each. Cumbre just have to keep their heads. Not a massive deal in the context of the game. They still got a comfortable lead, and they're playing good futsal. Sharazan, Sasakuma. Long ball forward, Sharazan. Lino did well to get in front and intercept. Lino.
They're pressing now.
Longobarda cut Lino's options off, but he used his experience to win the side ball. Lino, ball giveaway, forward for Palermo, Sharazan. There's a big chance for Longobarda. Sharazan couldn't keep the effort down. Lino makes way to the bench.
And that's what Palermo offers, being a target.
High press working well for Longobarda. Christie forced into the error. Shand back on for Cumbre.
Hey. Just wait, please. The clock.
Clock again. So a couple of technical difficulties tonight with the hardware, or with the software or other.
It's a cycle.
So apparently due to the nice warm weather we've been having here in Perth, the computer's overheating, but looks like they've got it sorted now.
Need one of those portable fans, I think.
I remember back in the day we've had an ice pack and just held it on the computer to keep its temperature down. They might have to resort back to that. Go get one out of the freezer.
One of those old Chinese fans.
I'd love to see that as Will Hayes with a big chance. Perhaps should have struck it on the left boot. Tried to loft it over, counter on with the right. And always rising. Longobarda are looking good value so far this second half. They've started the second half the same way they did the first and have come out with a lot of intensity.
Back post.
Shand touches a little too heavy. Counter on, going absolutely ballistic in his defence. Thinks they should have been tighter to Shand, and perhaps that they afforded him too much time and space. Palermo flicks it on out of harm's way. Chance for Longobarda to step up with the press. Hayes just shooting it out. Hayes, Longobarda set up high. Hayes forced to clip it down the line to no one in particular. Sharazan. Deep side ball for Longobarda. Cumbre pressing high, and the ball through finds Pons. Good composure there from Pons, resetting with Sharazan. Sasakuma, creative. Palermo, half chance for him. Couldn't wrap his foot around it enough to get the desired power. Long throw to Chan. Powder on. Short to Sasakuma. Good back row. Di Gregorio, Palermo. Brilliant hold-up play. Sasakuma. Sharazan, Longobarda moving the ball well. Di Gregorio. Palermo. Creative with the little Ronaldo shot.
I'm enjoying the second half, John.
I've got to agree with you there, Umbi. Palermo's definitely been the danger man for Longo.
Oh, wow.
Chance now.
Another great save.
Great save.
I was saying earlier on about the keepers in this competition. It's hard to choose one better than the other. They've been all brilliant this season.
Calderon coming up from the Bs last winter season. But you wouldn't know it. He's been one of the best keepers in the A division this season for Longo. And that save he made off Hayes is just testament to that. And none of the goals he's conceded tonight have been his fault. There's been almost nothing you can do about them, tap-ins or shots from point-blank range. And this hasn't been a one-off outing for them. Or for him, I should say. He's done it for Longobarda time and time again this season. There's a big reason as to why they have came out on top in some of the games. Calderon, a true futsal keeper of Colombian descent, played, I believe it was 3rd division in South America. And you can see that. You really can see that. He possesses so much quality. So too, Daniel Robadillo, who isn't here tonight. Rumor has it he has moved back to Spain, but he played in the 3rd division in Spain, and you saw that every time he stepped on the court this season. Chance for Sharazan. Ball forward to Palermo. Cuts inside. Great ball to the back post.
Was that save?
I think Blaberg got something of it.
Yeah, it's a great save.
Longobarda about
Great
themselves a
movement
corner.
by Longobarda though.
Palermo again causing Cumbre trouble.
Yep. He's a true target.
He is a true target, isn't he?
And working hard there as well.
Calderon, Sharazan around the corner. Thompson gets in front of Di Gregorio. Beriano now replacing Palermo. Will Hayes back to Tang. And now across to Connor Cruz. Switcher play to Thompson. Cruz, good chance for Cumbre.
Was that outside or inside?
Big call from the referee. Big call from the referee. Is it going to be inside or outside? That is the question. And our card's going to come out if it is outside the box.
Sorry?
In a penalty. Yeah, so it's part of the.
Was that in the box? It was in the box?
Must have just been in the box. Referees have given a penalty.
Yeah.
So Calderon avoiding a booking, but he did grab the leg of Connor Cruz just on the edge of the
Because he was
D.
moving away from goal. That's why it wasn't a red.
Perhaps. No real complaints from Calderon, so judging by his reaction, you can say the rest got the call right.
It's a great save.
Massive save!
Wow.
A double save!
Wow.
Calderon making up for the error. Massive from the Longobarda shot stopper. That could have been a turning point in the match. Maybe it's going to surge Longobarda on.
Well, they're still in this game.
They definitely are. Chance now for Hayes. Looked like that could have been a foul as well. I've seen those given on bit.
Taking risks now. Taking risks.
Calderon perhaps getting a bit rash, a bit reckless, but it paid off that time around. Cumbre with a high press here. Longobarda strong for options. Di Gregorio, Sasakuma does really well there. Longobarda are coping with this pressure magnificently. Now they do give it away though. Reed Thompson has it pinched off of him by Beriano. Suarez on the break. Beriano
Had to move it quicker.
should have hit the pass earlier there,
Yep.
perhaps.
I've noticed though since Palermo's come off, Cumbre are starting to press high, close down all the space.
That's a good ball, finding deep Gregorio in the pivot space. Berian holding off Tang well. And still Cumbre continue with the high press. Sasakuma almost giving it away in front of goal. Gets away with one there, just going behind Tang. Berian leaves it for Gregorio to take. Sasakuma, all to the wing, Suarez, Sasakuma. Time ball looking for Berian. Will Hayes, Tang. Back for Thompson now. Cumbre enjoying some possession. Cruz, Tang, Hayes spaced with Barnes. Cruz. Again, Carter with another big save. Yusuf on now for Cumbre. Ray Thompson off to the bench. And a cross almost deflected into the back of the net by Hayes. Counter attack for longer, but Cumbre get back really quickly. Berian trying to take on Hayes, who wins it back off of him. Break for Cumbre. Hayes, chance now for Yusuf. Cruz. Dangerous effort, blocked by the Longobarda defence. Sasakuma. He was caught late.
Yeah.
Blatant foul, ref's got it right. Yellow card out also, perhaps a little bit harsh. I've definitely seen fouls of that nature go without a booking, but no complaints there from the culprits. So
Christie back on. Eager to get his first Cumbre goal.
well, he's got 2 assists and has been electric tonight. Yeah, you're right. He'll definitely want to put one in the back of the net. Such a potent goal-scoring threat, Luke Christie. Scored plenty of goals throughout his tenure with Coburn Wolves. Always up there in the golden boot for them and for the league as well. Suarez trying to get beyond Christie but can't. All defended by Christie, showing he can do it at both ends. Tang, Lauber, Cumbre bring the goalkeeper up to get out of the press, taken quickly by Longo. Brilliant from Christie. Lino.
Smart.
That's enough to get it out to Tang. Suarez looks like he got caught there. Good interception. Ponce. Christie wins it back for Cumbre. Longobarda get the side ball. Ponce. Lucas Suarez.
Pressing high again.
Not easy for Longo. Cumbre cut off the option so quickly. They're very aggressive and intense with the press. Now, Cumbre such a good side on the ball, but sometimes people forget how good they are off it and how intense and hard to break their press is. And it looks like a Longobarda call the timeout there, Rumby.
I'm not sure. Or was it Longo?
It was.
It was Longo, yeah. Yeah, it was Longobarda.
So perhaps they sense that Cumbre are picking up some momentum and want to put a stop to that before they do any more damage on the scoreboard. Longobarda have come out very well this second half, had a couple of good chances, especially when Palermo's been on. His size and his ability to stay in front of the fix, though, has definitely caused the Cambio Cumbre defence some problems. But last couple of minutes, when Cumbre have really stepped it up with the high press, Longobarda have struggled to break out of it. But now, as you'd expect, almost nobody in this competition can deal with a Cumbre press at full ball. They have been getting it right more often than not this game. Fonseca.
This decade.
This decade. And back over on the small court, it was probably a little bit easier to press on. They were very good at it back then, but
Yep.
over the first couple of years, playing on the big court here on the 40x20 at Supa-Liga, every season you see improvement in their press and their intensity, and despite the fact they have got more ground to cover, it really doesn't look like it most of the time. No Tyler Garner, no Charlie Gardam, as we've mentioned earlier, who was so crucial to their press, but the likes of Lino, Yusuf, Tang, Cruz, Christie, Thompson, pretty much the whole Cumbre side, and
They're all fit.
they're all fit.
Yeah.
They've all rocked up with that intensity. They've all got such determined mindsets. They want to win their one-on-one battles. You can see it now.
Palermo back on.
It's the right call for
And there you
Longobarda. Brilliant there. Sasakuma. Oh,
Oh, wow! And I've been saying it all game, Palermo.
Palermo, great hold-up play. Threaded it through to Sasakuma. What a magnificent goal, winding back the years, showing every iota of his quality. That's why he used to play with the Australian men's team back with AFA probably 10 or 15 years ago, Sasakuma, showing all his experience and quality just to loft it over Blaubird.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
Longobarda, they're back in this game now. Only a kick separates the sides as of now.
Longo mean business now. Game on.
They've got their look in that. They've got that look in their eye. Palermo has been so important this evening. So too, Sasakuma. So calm and composed on the ball, and that goal was testament to it. Thompson, that could be 4 seconds, surely. Maybe got away with one there, Thompson. Tang on the break. Yusuf. Look to hit Thompson at the back post. Longobarda defend well. They've got themselves a corner.
Set piece here.
Yusuf ball over the top. Christie.
I've seen it a couple of times now. When it's on the right side corner, they look for Luke Christie, chip over the top for him to volley. When it's on the other side, they look for Justin Tang for the volley.
And did well to get the connection on that strike on his non-preferred foot there, Christie. Not an easy shot to take. High press from Cumbre. Palermo almost gives it away, does well enough though for Kundo Pons. Looks back to Sasakuma. Clips the javelin, that's a delightful ball to Palermo. Sends it back to Audrain. This angle's wrong there for Audrain. Christie keeps it in. Christie just walking it forward. Palermo perhaps asking for a start. Christie, Thompson, Tang! Cleared away by Pons. Connor Cruz back on. Scorer of Cumbre's third goal.
Cruz back on. Very versatile player.
Tang. Connor Cruz. Across to Tang. Cruz again. Longobarda stepping a bit higher. Good interception, Sasakuma. Could have been a handball. Ref opted not to call it.
Wow.
Sasakuma.
That's a great turn.
Did well there to draw the foul, Shurash Sasakuma.
Cumbre are getting frustrated now, I think. The last few minutes, Longobarda's definitely have gotten on top of them.
And it has been, as you pointed out, Umi, since Ivan Palermo has re-entered the field. It's been a solid option for them at pivot. And him, along with Sasakuma, have been the keys in helping Longobarda regain some of their momentum.
This looks like a set piece here.
Can they make it count when it matters most and tie level against the three-time champions? De Gregorio, Palermo. Not a bad effort, blocked away by Thompson. Sasakuma look for Palermo in the centre. Sasakuma back for De Gregorio. Sasakuma on it once more. All the way back to Calderon. Short ball for Drain. Couldn't find the ball to Palermo. Tang to Christie. Cruz. Decent pass to Thompson. Christie. Back rolling it to Thompson. Thompson tried to play it forward, lost out on Crane. Final ball was poor there from the Longobarda number 26.
5 minutes left.
Christie in the centre. Thompson. Massive last 5 minutes. Can Longobarda find an equaliser? Di Gregorio. We're going to see a fifth man come out. That's the next question on it. Sasakuma. Di Gregorio. Ball down the line. Palermo. Oh, it's up well. Di Gregorio. Or Drain. Palermo again. Tried to turn and beat Di Gregorio, but Tang did well enough this time.
He's sticking close to him now, isn't he? He's caused enough trouble.
Palermo looks for it again. Couldn't bring it down. Cruz on the break. Forced to reset. Christie. Justin Tang. Back to Christie. Tang again. Cruz. Cruz has his pass blocked by Sasakuma. Thompson off, Will Hayes back on, so a very strong four on the court for Cumbre. Probably the best four they've got tonight. Brilliant move inside from Cruz, who breaks the Longobarda press. Christie, back post to Tang. And you would have said that would have sealed it on Beaver.
Yep.
Tang couldn't arrive in time. Longobarda still in the game. Or Drain. Sasakuma losing out his last man. Christie, big save counter on. Massive chance going begging for Christie. Still looking for his first Cumbre goal. Carry on. Hard chance to take. Couldn't do much with it. Christie. Plenty of time and space for Will Hayes. Christie. Brilliant move inside.
Here we go.
Christie. Surely not.
Great defending again.
Longobarda did just enough. Christie very tricky, like a snake slithering in between blue shirts. There for Cumbre. Hayes. Another side ball for Cambio Cumbre. Christie. Tang. Christie. Cruz. No one in the box for Cumbre, but they've earned themselves a corner. No left footers on those, so you can see them looking for the volley.
This is where Tang looking for the chip.
Go in the middle, Christie! Somehow! What a moment to get your first goal in Cumbre colours. That could seal the win for them tonight. And out of all the chances that have gone in, Carter has pulled off some brilliant saves, saving a penalty, but just got caught out at his near post there a bit.
Yep.
Sometimes it's the shots that you're not expecting, hit at awkward positions, that are the hardest to deal with. You wouldn't expect Cumbre to try that set play with no left footers on the court, but Christie didn't mind. He just took the shot on his weak foot and just snuck it underneath.
So that's one goal and 2 assists for him tonight.
Yeah, well, he'll be in the team of the week. He'll probably be man of the match as well. A good start to life in red for Luke Christie. 2 wins from his opening 2 games and has been amongst all the action.
Longobarda preparing for 5th man, I believe.
They've got nothing to lose now. Sasakuma, Di Gregorio. Didn't catch it as sweetly as he would have liked there. Great run from Cruz, surely. Didn't direct it forward. Good throw from Blackberg, also credit's going to be given when it's due. Patteron, awkward for Di Gregorio to control. Christie looking for goal involvement, number 4. Good dummy to Hayes. Tang, Longobarda stepping high. Christie losing out at the back. Sasakuma! That's a phenomenal save. How did Blauberg react? At the drop of a hat, he's got down low. Sasakuma struck that one well. He would have thought he scored when he hit that.
Massive save.
Could be save of the week there. I wouldn't be surprised. Christie got caught out there, had his pocket picked as last man. 3 minutes for Longobarda to restore. Restore parity at the very least. Sharazan. Poor ball. Hayes
he read that
has got
perfectly.
to seal it for Cumbre. Comfortable for Will Hayes. He just walks it into an empty net. That'll be that for Cumbre. 2 goals in a minute. That comes from Blauberg up the other end. It could have been 4-3. Now it's 5-2. You can't underestimate the impact that the keeper's had in that passage of play. Longobarda, they're going to go fly keeper now. Nothing to lose.
And I know I might be harping on it a little bit about it, but goals conceded with Palermo off.
I think in the minutes Palermo has played tonight, they're probably winning Longobarda, aren't they?
Well, it just doesn't look like they've got anyone to get the ball to when he's not on the court.
Errant pass from deep, Gregorio. Longobarda are going to need nothing short of a miracle to get something out of tonight's contest. They have played well. 5-2, a very harsh scoreline on them. But Cumbre's quality just shone through toward the end of the game. A brilliant goal from Christie and Will Hayes to just walk it into the empty net. And Cambio Cumbre now calling a timeout. Nestor Fonseca giving his best players a break, a chance to catch their breath, get a drink, and make sure they consolidate their defensive structure to neutralise every Longobarda fifth-man attack. It's been a good game though, hasn't it, Umbi?
Oh, especially the second half. Very entertaining.
It's lived up to expectations. You know, as I said earlier, the scoreline doesn't really do it justice.
No.
A couple of big chances for Longo. And they've lifted their intensity, and all their players have stepped up a notch this second half. You know, they started to apply the pressure, step up a little bit higher than they did in the first half, and they were winning the second period for a majority of it. It's really only last couple of minutes that Cumbre have capitalised on a couple of errors, but the game's been neck to neck beside that, you know, and Blauberg forced into an unbelievable save. We've seen Calderon save a penalty. Everything that you want in a futsal match, this game has had.
There's been a number of great saves in this game.
Both keepers have been excellent. And it's testament to what you said earlier about the level of goalkeeping just rising a notch this season. It really has.
For the many years I've been involved in futsal, you know, definitely the last probably 6 months, I haven't seen the amount of brilliant keepers we have. I've never seen that before. It's
just spot on there.
Yeah.
Suarez.
And I love a good keeper.
You've got a very good one in Michael Dudak at the Coburn Woolsumbi.
Yeah.
Multiple-time Golden Glove winner. Couple of top-flight state championships along with that as well. Reed Thompson tries to divert it into the runner Hayes. Longobarda bringing the fly keeper back on. Cumbre pressing the fly goalkeeper extremely high. Suarez losing out to Tang. Thompson, Hayes, lovely pass to Cruz. Cumbre, I'll probably just try and run the clock down here, keep the ball off Longobarda. They've got the lead, it's all they have to do. Tang, not a bad effort, off her step. But comfortable for Berrian in goal. Big tackle from Tang.
Experience.
Tang and the 25-man futsal squad showing exactly why.
Oh, it's a lovely finish.
Cruz with his second goal of the game. Just sneaking that one through the legs of Berrian. He's not a goalkeeper, you can't blame him. But cheeky from Connor Cruz, didn't go for power. You saw the little gap between the legs.
Great ball by Tang.
Yeah, but that's why he's in the 25-man squad. That quality, to see that pass.
Perfect weight,
perfect direction, perfect timing, and a brilliant goal, which saw two of the best players in WA combining. Obviously both part of the state team that made the grand final and nationals earlier this year, and you can see exactly
Great
why.
turn. Oh,
Big save, Blaubird. Hayes!
Good finish.
Hayes! Not far away there. De Gregorio, Cumbre still pressing high. No foul given, it was given late. Five fouls for Cumbre. They're going to have to be careful last 30 seconds. Don't want to concede an unnecessary 10-metre pen.
And there's another game after this, John.
Phoenix taking on Inter, so it's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Looking forward to that one.
Where else would you rather be?
Mate,
On the couch with some ice cream, maybe?
best place to be on this Saturday night at the home of Futsal in WA. Some massive matchups all around, and the games have been competitive. They've been great to watch. Lauberg. Not long left now, 15 seconds for Cumbre to see this one out. Palermo getting stuck in the action defensively.
Brilliant, Cruz, brilliant.
Thompson just sneaks it in.
He did, didn't he?
It lends 7-2. Cumbre victorious.
Longobarda went for it, didn't they?
They had nothing to lose.
Yep.
Whether you lose 3 or 4 to a 7-2, they had to try their luck with the fly goalkeeper. But we saw it last week. Cobras were only down 3-1. The game ended 5-1. Similar circumstances today, but Longobarda put up a good fight. You've got to give credit. But Cumbre ultimately too good, aren't they? 7-2 final score. We just run through the goal scorers. So Justin Tang, sorry, it was Connor Cruz with a brace, Luke Christie with a single, along with Karim Youssef, Reed Thompson. I think Will Hayes and the last goal scorer, I actually can't remember, there were so many, but for Longobarda, Berrien got one, and Shirash Sasakuma with an absolutely phenomenal finish. We'll join you very shortly in the next game when Inter Perth take on Phoenix Futsal WA. You gonna stick around for the next one, or are you gonna go? After you.
Are you watching it?
I'm gonna do it. I'm commentating.
Oh,
Mention me in the intro.
Do we have 3 mics? Do we have 3 mics?
You've got the other
If you no, okay. If you want to watch it, you watch it, because he's back on. But if you want to commentate, we can do it all 3, but it's up to you. Do we have 3 mics or not?
You can use the other mic as well.
That's what you meant.
Christy.
We don't have any more digis, but we have like the one that sits up, I think.
All right, do you know how to set it up or not?
I think so. I don't know if I can.
Nah. Okay, you better go. No worries. Well, thanks for doing it, bro. It was a late.